Well, the top side streets are a dangerous place, so you better tune in to a credible face like this one. Yeah, this one. And you know he's not alone, and they're coming in hot. We got a Lake so Stan and a guy who really likes baseball. I don't know why he likes baseball.
What's up, everybody? We got Dustin. It's the happy hour. What's going on, Dustin?
What is happening? It's been a fun Friday, it seems like.
Jeez, man. People woke up with some chaos in them. Some chaos agents this morning. Let's see who we got. We got Rowdy Rods here, Six Shooter Slay, M&M's. Early for once. Might be my first time commenting. Well, it's official. This is your first time. You're in. Mac Attacks here, Borland, Schnapper. Borland's in those Severance streets right now. Fenny's here. Hickey's here. Nug Life. Airplane Mode. Forge. Who else? Did I get everybody? I see Million Elephants. Dusty Sands. There we go.
That's right.
Mihal Jans to Chunk. 69ers. T-Dog. Who else? David C. Million Elephants. There you are. I think I caught up. Federico. J7. The gang's all here. Soul Boy, I see you. Milo. Filling up.
Like the happy hour.
Yeah, I know it's still early for you, but actually we're gonna cheers from the official team.
Look at that
right there. Huh?
Look at that. When merch.
Yeti merch, dude. In like 15 years. Jason Jackson is here. There you go, Jason. What's up, man? Yeah. Justin, what's going on with you, man?
I'm feeling good, feeling happy that it's Friday for sure. I woke up in great spirits because of that reason, that it was Friday. And I think I just got supercharged by the morning marketplace and all of the drama that was happening. It just, I don't know. It gave me, it's like I went from 6 to midnight. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Went from 6 to midnight. So
yeah, let's talk about it for a second. Also, Rowdy Rod asked what it's an acceptable Friday drinking time for me. I think Dustin has to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
But I have a UFO, a Georgia peach, a summer Georgia peach.
Well, I could partake. It's noon now. I feel like I've crossed the coffee threshold. So if I was having lunch, I might have a beverage. The thing for me is that I'm old and I've accepted who I am. I'm just not a beer guy. That's fair. It's very rare unless I'm super Mexican, so micheladas all day, right? There you go. Underrated fun fact: Disneyland California Adventure micheladas are so good. They're so damn good. I'm not a huge beer guy. Like I've tried, and there's a shitload of breweries out here in SoCal, right in LA. Yeah. And my buddy Bobby is huge. He's always into all these beer spots. Oh, let's try this out. He'll recommend stuff for me to drink, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's fine. But I just don't continue it. I definitely go towards like some sort of liquor drink, and which is most likely a margarita. That is just where I'm at. I've just accepted
that sounds really nice. A margarita sounds really nice right now.
Yeah.
So I get it. I get that vibe. I would like to see Mike on a Four Loko. Like, not since
Vegas, baby. Vegas.
Yeah, no
We're bringing him. Rowdy Rod, if you can make it out to Vegas, I'll bring a Four Loko for Mike.
Yeah, I can't remember if I was in college or working at a college when like the first iteration of Four Locos came out, and just like people were going to the hospital left and right, just like could not handle it.
Right,
could not. But then they like restructured it, right? Like they restructured it so it wasn't
right.
I forgot what.
Not as intense. Yeah, I think they tried to scale things back.
Two Locos.
They went a little bit too wild. They crossed the line somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about some of that chaos today that we addressed this morning. So, a couple of people on Twitter basically they cherry pick the information too. So
Right.
there's like two things, right? There
Yeah.
is like this idea that somebody who is a mod for all day or someone who works on the Dapper side of things was like, "Hey, here's what's coming."
Right.
And then so there was all this spikes and buys, which like is a separate issue. And I saw some like theories on Twitter too that maybe they did that on purpose, like to just get some action going in the marketplace, get people excited. I don't know. Separate issue to me. Everything that came out like tagged Jeff and JVB, which is also fine. Like if you want to go down that road to be like, hey, what are you guys doing? It's fine. Blockchain, like we always say, right? But to start just with their buys and not like document anything else, that it was just like half-ass reporting, if you want to call it. Because like the buy started 48 hours before they even, or 24 hours before they even started buying. So like it was just such horse shit. And then the other thing, like, you know what? If you anybody that speculates and buys, if you should feel bad then, right? Like, so even if you went after it and you were wrong, you still had the intent to get ahead of the right. That was the intent to do that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like,
yeah,
you need to feel bad for those people who tried, because maybe they would have gotten it right and then they would have been crucified for it. But anyone trying to get ahead, it sounds like bad. Do not do that. So if you get it right, prepare for people to come at you. It's what it seems like. Which has worked out well for my approach, where I'm just doing absolutely nothing. So I'm like, it seems like I'm in the clear.
Yeah, I think you're fine. I think you're fine.
Non-alpha over here.
Yeah, no, but again, like I think like every time you were wrong though too, like you point those out. Do a thread on that.
There's a shitload. I know we talked about the Favre stuff, right? Like that didn't get included. People scooped up a ton of Favres.
Yeah. What about the 50-point games? Remember that? That was like
buzzer beaters. Buzzer beaters. That was an
OG
one that I was involved in, that Jeb was like, maybe they're gonna do a buzzer beaters collection. And I said, you know what? I'm in on that idea. And I scooped up a ton. I made sure to buy players I like, but I scooped up a ton. None of that happened. L City. L City.
I also shout out people tagging Jacob on NFL All Day stuff too. Like, come on, man.
The man does not work across the brands. I'm sorry. He's very knowledgeable of basketball, but I don't believe he's your guy. He'll maybe pass it along. But then I also saw someone else tag Roham, and I'm like, guys, he could not give a fuck about this. I'm sorry. I was literally going to reply, do you actually think he's that involved in this? He does not care. He's doing way bigger stuff than this. He doesn't care about that. Someone else will figure it out. Stop tagging him. The dude is that's like tagging Bob Chapek or like Bob Iger back in the day.
Bob.
Yeah, hey Bob, what's like I had to wait 25 minutes too long in line to get a fruity beverage at the PIM laboratory in California Adventure. What's going on? Fix it. And you're tagging him. That's not his concern and what he's worried about. Guys, get smarter. It just makes me realize that the people that are doing that have got to be so far from understanding how this stuff works, or just insanely young, that have just not lived life experiences, that don't know. That's not who you should be talking to.
No,
what are you doing? You're talking to the wrong people.
Yeah, talking to the wrong people. And Jonathan said Mr. Boy Beats has been super bearish on all day, so it's surprising he speculated on several moments. Let me just tell you a little something about Mr. John Boy Beats. Let me, and I love John, let me tell you all of the L's I've chased down with him. So we stacked some Tom Brady's together. We were bullish on Tom Brady.
How are those working out?
I think that's been an L. We the jaw crafting, we bought like, I don't know, 4 or 5 jaw MSFEs. So there are as many L's in there. So even if you're bearish, if you're speculating on something, you're making a move. I mean, whatever. I don't know.
Brady's at 250 now. What were you guys scooping him for? 500?
375. 375,
okay.
I think. Top Shot Tesla with the two toonies. Says Jeb's dad is more alpha than me. It's the Wild West. It is, man. It's the Wild West. Oh man, crazy times though. Crazy times out there.
This is a great tweet. This is a great comment. My Dole Whip melted too fast at Bob Chapek. Exactly. Like what are they doing, guys? Come on.
It's hilarious. It's so funny. I mean, listen, shout out. I think his name is Gummy Bunchin or something like that.
Yeah.
Thank you for the content this morning. I don't know how I was going to fill an hour, and then you gave me 20 minutes of cocaine fueled energy.
It's Sawyer energy.
Yeah, it's some real Sawyer energy.
Yeah.
But man, just good stuff. But it just goes back, man. Like if that person, right? There you go. I tagged This Week in Candy when I'm mad at Disney. If that person if they had those moments, you know, they would have been like, hell yeah, baby, we did it. We were putting money, like we figured it out. But when you don't and somebody else gets it, you're like, fuck that guy.
Bags affected. How is this affecting my bags? That's what it always comes down to.
So lame.
If they had them, they'd be, you know, screaming it from the rooftops. Yeah, look what I made, $75 off this moment, or whatever the case may be. Right?
Yeah. I just, man, and there's an energy of like, I don't know if it's clout, but it's like, why? Well, who's this thread for? You know, who does this serve? Like, what
it all comes back to the person. It all comes back to the individual. I think it all comes back to the individual.
Anyways, that's enough of that. It's a
fun
full
times.
Like, 25 minutes between the morning marketplace and that spent on this. So I think we're good. We're good.
Well, you know, look, there might be some West Coasters that didn't pay attention, and they can.
That's true.
They can hear it. They can hear it, or they, whatever.
What else? What else you got going on? What's new?
I'm excited for some basketball tonight. I'm excited for the games. I'm sure you're very nervous, right?
I switched my lighting. Right as the show was about to start. It was in red, and I was like, "No, we need to switch energy." Yeah, I'm in this weird spot where I'm not. I don't know why I feel like it's house money, because we're supposed to win this series. Mm-hmm. Like, we are better than the Bucks. The Celtics are better than the Bucks without Chris Middleton.
Without Middleton, yeah.
But for some reason, I'm just being like swooned by Giannis, and I'm like, man, the dude was bleeding. Like, what do you want? You know, like. I don't know.
This is what I've said about Giannis this whole time. And this is not, I'm not even looking at the Celtics as being like, oh, let me hate the Celtics. I just really like Giannis. The dude is so nice and such a genuine player, and he's so good. I think we were talking about this too. He might be the only player in the NBA who doesn't flop or doesn't cry and all this kind of stuff. But I want his career to be insane by the end of it. I want him to have multiple rings. I want him to have multiple MVPs, multiple finals MVPs. I don't want him to have a career like Dirk, where he just had one title. And I think he's a better player than Dirk, or should by the end of his career. But I want it to be more than that. I want us to look back to say, this unbelievable athlete who overcame all these odds and just kind of also redefine the game a little bit and how he plays the position. Took everyone by storm, had multiple championships, hung banners, didn't leave his Milwaukee Bucks team to do so, stayed there, right? Yeah. And didn't join like a super team or something like that, like Durant. He's creating the narrative that Durant could have had Durant stayed with the Thunder, right? He's like, no, I don't need to go anywhere. We're going to win here because I'm that good and people will come here. I love that. I want that to happen for him because he's so genuine.
And you know what, like, looking at the Eastern Conference like landscape moving forward, there's no reason they're not going to be at least in the Eastern Conference Finals every year, right? Like,
if they keep everyone together. Yeah.
Right. I do think the Celtics are legit. Like, I think long term
absolutely
are like legit contender. But I mean, you look at the 76ers, like, they still have an MVP candidate, but I mean, it's a shit show around them. You look at Brooklyn is still kind of figuring it out, and they're gonna be in a weird spot. I mean, Miami's still there, but I mean, Giannis is always going to be there. So there's no reason there would have to be some weird stuff to happen for them not to find himself with like multiple rings.
The Heat are definitely proving themselves. Heat culture, right? Like, I think they've got. I think they have a legitimate shot. I don't know if it's kind of anybody's guess. I think out of the Eastern Division, but Eastern Conference, I don't know. I'm on the fence. I just think that they have such a team that is like a well-oiled machine that everyone knows how each other plays. And we're seeing that across, I think, all of the teams that are in here, right? There's no, at least, and I could be wrong, but maybe this was just the only one, was the Sixers. They were just eliminated by bringing in a piece that wasn't part of the team, and it didn't work out. right? The Nets were eliminated. They had their team and it didn't work out, right? Like an assembled team versus like the Bucks. These guys have been together for a few years. The Heat, they've been together a few years. The Celtics, they've been all of the nucleuses and even some of the role players have sort of been there and developed instead of what, the Lakers had done or the Nets were trying to do or the Sixers were doing now.
Yeah. I mean, same thing in the Western Conference too, right? I mean, that's like
Warriors, Mavs, all of them. Yeah. Even the Grizz, like it just feels like everyone is you got to have some pieces in place. They all know how everyone knows how each other plays. Even like we've mentioned this, the Dwight Powells, all these guys are role players. Reggie Bullock coming in, I'm going to hit threes. Like I know my job. Everyone knows what their role is, and it's keeping those teammates together.
Yeah, I think one thing that's pretty cool about the 3 teams that are left in the East, like I think it's if the Celtics go on a run, I think that's fun. Like I think people like Tatum. I don't think people hate Tatum. I think they're probably pretty annoyed with all of his like crying and stuff, but I don't think anybody hates Jaylen Brown. Like I think it's like they're a fun team.
People still like Tatum. I don't even think there's hate for him. I mean, unless you're just like the rival, but Tatum's awesome. I don't hate him.
And then you've got Miami. I think people would be like very down to see Butler get a ring. I think people like what Butler's doing because it's kind of like no nonsense. And then of course Milwaukee. So I think like no matter what we get out of the East, it's going to be fun. And I know Stan's not going to like this. I really do think Miami's the third of those teams that are left, not in terms of fun, but like I don't know how good Philly was right now with like a broken Embiid. I don't like Atlanta wasn't really good. I feel like we haven't seen Miami get really tested this Milwaukee Boston series is awesome. I mean, they're just killing each other.
Yeah. It feels like the series that whoever wins that comes out of the East. Yeah. Right. I get that. I don't know. I think we're underestimating the Heat a little bit. They've got all the pieces. I think they can shoot threes. They can body up and play defense. They can grind out a win. They can get out on a little bit of fast breaks. They got guys like Hero that can maybe get hot. I don't know. I feel like they have a lot of the pieces in place to also to come away there. But I hear what you're saying. It's just, are they battle tested in the way that these two teams are getting after it? And will either of those two teams, the Bucks or the Celtics, lose after grinding out that series?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Wait, hold on. Stan said let's put a rare on it. So Stan, I get who out of Milwaukee or Boston and you get Miami. I tell you what, Stan, not only will I accept this, but I'll give away the moment.
Wow.
After I win it, we'll give it away on stream. I made a bet with somebody else too about how I don't think the Warriors are going to come out of the West, and it's a $50 moment. That's going to be given away as well. So
yeah, I tagged you in that one. I was like, oh, this feels like a Mikey Zacks bet right here.
Oh, 100%. I mean, let's talk about the West for a second.
Sure.
All right. So wait, Stan, this is a verbal agreement here. So if the Miami comes out of the East, I have to give you a rare. If the other teams come out of the East, you have to give me a rare that we'll give away.
Okay.
There we go. All right. I like it. Dude, the West is kind of nuts right now.
Yeah, it's wild. It's probably still the Suns, which pains me to say, and I just don't like it. I'm with you on the Warrior stuff. I'm not that I'm worried, but I just feel like they haven't shown anything to say, oh yeah, they're coming out of the West, or at least the Suns have done this. They have all their pieces in place, and I know they've had a couple of bad games here, but I don't know. Do we really think that the Grizzlies will somehow push this even further?
Dude, I honestly will not be surprised anymore. I think Golden State's like a little broken right now.
In terms of what though, spirit or like energy, or what do you think? Like, I don't think you're wrong. I'm just like, what is it? I think
their defense is pretty bad right now. I think
that's fair.
Is hurting them, and I don't think they're generating the same level of offense. Like they're getting like 60% of Clay, right? They're getting 60% of Clay. Jordan Poole, who I love Jordan Poole, but he gets absolutely cooked on defense. Draymond is shooting like 4 or 5 times a game. Like, and I'm not saying Draymond needs to be shooting 25 times a game, but I don't know. I just feels a little, they just don't look right this whole series. I mean, I was saying this morning, right? They almost lost game 1.
Right.
They did lose game 2. They smoked them in game 3. But game 4 and 5, both they were like terrible. I don't know.
I think they have enough experience to figure it out and move this along, but I don't know. It would be wild. I think just for an NBA basketball, Ja's done for the season, right? Not just the series.
Most likely. I think they said he's like
because if there was a world in which they can win and he comes back for the next series, I'd be down for that. But if we don't have them, I don't want to see them advance. I'd rather see the Warriors play whoever it is.
And I don't think that's what I mean. I don't think whoever comes out of this series is going to win the next series, whether it's Dallas or
No, I don't think they can handle the Celtics defense or the Bucks physicality and everything. The Suns, I think, will go toe to toe. I want to address this comment real quick. The backs are with my Phoenix dislike.
Too dry out there.
I've just never really liked CP3. He just rubs me the wrong way, the way he plays. I loved when he was getting fouls called on him for doing dumb shit. Like I was here for it because everyone wants to say it's smart basketball, veteran player. Nah, man, you're doing shit on purpose to try and I don't know. I just don't like. That's why I don't like Harden. I never liked Harden. I'm so happy he's out of the playoffs. I think CP3 does a lot of that stuff more so than just like complaining about calls. He does shady shit to be like, this is a foul on you, and I'm gonna fall on top of you. Like I'm not here for that. And then D Book, I want to like the guy, but I think he's acting like he has 2 championship rings already. He plays like that, and I think you need to win a title before you start. Like I don't think Jimmy Butler necessarily acts that way. Like he gets after guys in the moment, but Devin Booker feels like it's more cocky than like Jimmy Butler's been in the league a long time and grinded. Like I think he's earned a lot of that respect versus what I see Devin Booker doing. I think that's more it. Hey, honestly, and it doesn't matter about last year's playoffs. I don't care that they beat the Lakers. It's not even that. It's just the way he plays bothers me. I don't like it.
It's funny. I really don't. I don't feel that way about Booker so much, but the CP3 stuff I get.
Right.
But Booker has been whiny. Booker has been whiny this series. Which the head flails. Yeah, there's been some serious head flailing. Wait, speaking of Jimmy, did you see the clip of him? I think going into halftime or going in
the locker room? Yeah.
Oh my God, that is cold.
So about Tobias Harris, right?
Yeah. Like they took Tobias over me, or like you wanted Tobias over. Like
I'm here for that kind of energy. Like I'm into it. Yeah, it's a big. I don't know. No disrespect to Tobias Harris, but it's whatever he's doing. Jimmy Butler is going to Jimmy Butler. I was okay with it.
It was incredible.
Yeah. I don't know. Look, Butler's been in the league a long time. We saw him bust his ass in those finals, give everything. He's earned all this stuff. Like I'm okay with it. That's why I don't mind. I don't mind if the Heat go all the way either. Like I'm okay. I like Spoelstra. He's an amazing coach. Like I don't know. I don't have any hatred on that team.
I love Bam too. I'm a big Bam fan.
I don't know. It's fun. I don't want the Suns to get there, and I don't want them to win. Luka taking them out would be amazing. Just inject it into my veins if that happens.
I'll tell you what I'm rooting for now. Let's pivot over here for a second. Let's take a peek at the underdog.
Okay.
So you need to come in first out of these eight-man leagues, I think. Why can't I scroll down here? Yeah, eight person leagues. You got to come in first. So right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 advancing, and then we have 1, 2, just 2 in second, and then a couple thirds as well. But this one right here, I think is like the most. Like this is why I think I'm now just rooting for the Mavs and Heat, because I don't think a lot of people are going to have this. So this would have Luka, Lowry if he ever comes back, Desmond Bane's still there, but Jalen Brunson, Jimmy buckets. We'd still get, if the Bucks win, we'd still get some Bobby Portis, and then we've got Dorian Finney-Smith and Bam. So that one's kind of nice. That one like has a real shot, I think.
That Brunson was and that was like a late pick because he's in that 4th spot for you, right?
Yeah, I was doing a ton of Brunson stuff there at the end. So I bet a lot of these have Brunson. So let's look at this one.
That's great.
This one killed me because of you're going to see a lot of Grizzlies with Ja.
I remember. Yeah, you're in on them.
But this one has, it still has Booker, which is nice. But it's got Ja, Bane, then Maxey just got eliminated. This is when I thought Jamal Murray was coming back. This one's kind of all over the place. This one wasn't really a good build, but it's still doing well. And then this one is another Grizz Bucks, where we've got Ja, Drew, Bane, Hero. So we got a one-off Hero there. Giannis, Bobby Portis, and then Time Lord down there.
Okay.
So none of these, really that Mavs one that we looked at is the best one. This one too has a shot where it's Booker, Ja's still in there, which is fun. Bane, Hero right there, and then Jimmy Butler, Jaren Jackson. That's not as good as I thought it was going to be. Maybe it's this one.
That's a little tough.
Heat Suns right here. All right, so this is Booker, Hero, and then we've got Butler Ayton and Crowder. So that one would be live as well. That one would be live. So we get a couple shots at this one. You get a couple shots at this one.
That's fun. I wish I would have. I wish I would have entered some lineups.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Borland was saying didn't realize you could name your drafts on Underdog. Yeah, I didn't realize that at first either, which is nice when you're doing multiple, especially like so they just started the Best Ball Mania where I think it's like $3 million to first for a $25 football one. So if you guys are messing around with that, get in there. Rowdy Rod, you're losing me, dude. How about that? You're losing me. Yeah, I'm excited for the games tonight though. So we've got two of them. We've got the I think it's 7:30 Celtics Bucks or 7:30 Eastern. So you happy you're working from home? That way you're not
today I am. Yeah. Definitely. This week was a lot in the office, but today's home, which is nice. So I'm ready to I'll probably have the games on in the backyard. I'm thinking maybe I go on the grill. It's like 80 today. It's going to be a beautiful evening. So nice. I'm ready to just watch some games and hang out, have some beverages, enjoy the evening.
I love that. Now, Greg was going to be here, but he shut the power out in his neighborhood. It sounded like so he had to go into the office. But we were hoping to get some severance talk out of him. But
well, do we want to talk a little bit about NFT NYC coming up? Because I know you're in that. That's not too far. It's about a month away ish.
Yeah, it's about a month away. So my bachelor party is before that, and that is like the only thing that like until that happens, then I'll be like, oh yeah, NFT NYC is happening. Yeah, the First Mint, I think, trying to do something while they're here. I'm gonna try to go to that because I have that day one NFT. Yep. Top Shot. Listen, so here's some backstory. Not DM'd. If you're a content creator in the NBA Top Shot, in the NBA Top Shot world, there's a content creators channel, and I put a message in there being like, hey, any update on Summer League or NFT NYC, because it'd be cool. Like if Top Shot's going to be here for NFT NYC like they were last time, I'd like to be there, but still nothing, man.
It feels maybe they're holding back info to release it properly, but it would be nice if it's not just Top Shot. They should do all of it. It should be a Dapper Labs at NFT NYC, and it's UFC Strike,
Ballers
NFL all day. No, not that. That's on the Flow blockchain. That can be their own thing. But all of this stuff, all the Dapper related stuff, they could throw like a Flow. They could throw like a separate Flow one and have anyone that's on that project have like a collective one, which would be nice for some of those projects that maybe need it. But I think a Dapper one where it's all three of those NFL all day, NBA Top Shot, and UFC Strike would be cool.
That would be really cool. Speaking of ballers, though, Dominique Wilkins is now part of the Ballers. Did you see that?
No, Neek, just who the young kids love, right? Like an amazing player from the 80s, right?
It was funny because I simultaneously think it's cool and like doesn't matter. Like I do. I love Neek. I was a big Neek.
Wait, did he update his Twitter PFP to that?
Yes.
Neek, who paid him to do that? There's no way Neek's like, yo, I need this Ballers. Let me get it. No, someone paid him.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of those like custom made ones.
If I were the Ballers team, I would say we're gonna pay Tony. Honestly, I think this would be pretty smart. Tony, we're gonna pay you to update your PFP and pump Ballers a little bit. In the only the way Tony can, and be a character and be like joking about it to say like 180 Ballers is the best in the world. Like you guys are all suckers. You're missing out. Like something like that, and say, look, we'll pay you even the $3 to do Twitter Blue on that account, so that they can see that you actually own it, right? Like I think I would go that far and pay a little money for that. It might do something. I don't know.
That would be a great idea, honestly. Right? If Tony goes full heel and becomes a Ballers stand,
what do they have to lose?
Nothing. I think that's a great idea. Honestly, that's really funny. That's a funny idea.
Right?
Which like will probably move the needle just as much as Dominique getting a Ballers.
Well. Exactly. Like why not? Look, how many people are following Dominique for NFTs? None. But Tony, I don't know. And then he hosts a space. I don't know. I just have fun with it. And like, why not? It's going to cost them next to nothing. I'm not saying that Tony's cheap, but I'm saying in terms of how much they'd have to spend to get it done.
Honestly, just for content purposes, I would do that for almost any NFT project. If they want to make me like Tony 1 of 1, where I change my PFP and then just like full ham on it.
It would make the most sense, is what I'm trying to say, for Ballers because of the FUD that Tony does there.
Right.
But
Flunks,
it would just
NBA NFT.
It would be hilarious. Someone needs to do that and say we're going to make this happen.
That would be, yeah.
Just from a content perspective, and do a Spaces. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be really funny. Breakfast Cereals was trying to send me. No, don't send me one. Don't send me one. Breakfast Cereals. I want the Ballers team.
I know you've got a lot. You're pretty invested in there, but I actually think it would do a little bit of business for them. I kind of think it would.
It would be really funny, especially if it's if it's like a joint Spaces, right? Like Ballers hosted, and I'm there. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, 100%.
That's great. That's a great idea. Honestly, other people should be paying attention to this. This is
what I do for a living. This is what Greg and I used to do all the time when we were in the office, working on stuff together. He was on my team. We'd be together talking about all this stuff. We'd just sit in the office all day long and talk about. We have so many random ideas for projects, so many for movies, for series. We've come up with so many things. But much like Team Hold merch, we can just never get it going and actually make it happen. That's definitely our. Yeah, this is why this show is live, because if it had to be edited after the fact, it would never happen. It would just never happen. In the way that all of our other friends, Ballers Blockchain or whatever, would make a video and it's properly edited and all this kind of stuff. Would never happen for us. Live, we're done. We can just move off of it. That's the only reason this channel has like taken off. But obviously because of you too, Mike. But you get
I'm with you. You just hit live. We just hit live. That's the only thing we do.
Yeah.
I love that idea for the Ballers. That's so funny.
They got to do it. And then Real Phil D is on there interviewing Tony.
Yes.
How'd you get the change of heart? And then you say, I've always believed in Ballers. They didn't believe in me. They didn't believe in me until now. And now they're seeing, right? Like it writes itself.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It is so good. Speaking of writing itself, I tried to prepare for Tony Spaces today for the first time in history, which I can't tell if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing.
I'll be listening. I'll be tuning in.
Normally it's just, I mean, it's still going to be making it all up, but normally there's no like, I at least have bullet points today.
Oh, good. All right. I mean, it's more than we did for this show. So that's good.
It was so funny. In my mind, I had stuff for today. And then while I was doing the morning marketplace, I was like, I don't have anything for today. I realized I don't.
Well, there was so much more in the morning, and it all kind of happened from there.
Yeah. But it was just so funny because as opposed to last week, where last week I felt like we were jamming in so much information into the happy hour show. We're running shifts. Wait, somebody asked me a question about, Hickey said, are you going anywhere for the bachelor party?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a low-key one, though. It's a low-key old person one. So we get a house in some town in Connecticut, actually. And we're going to, it's like kind of near casinos. So the plan is to we're going to have a night out, then we're going to go golfing, and then we'll do a casino night. And then, so just kind of, it's got a pool, grilling, doing stuff like that,
Shout out that Hoodlums BFB too, by the way. But that is definitely an old man one. I love it. I mean, what do we really need to do beyond that? I'm like, at our age, do you need to do something crazy? No.
No, and they were throwing around the idea of Vegas, and the only reason I was interested in that, I was like, maybe we just partner it up with Summer League. And I was like, I just don't want to be in a situation where I'm just tired for 3 weeks, I'm not trying to do that.
We'll make it we'll still enjoy you and celebrate you at Vegas for that. So it doesn't have to be an official one. It could be an unofficial one.
Yeah. Right? And I truly, I'm sure you feel this way. I got way more daytime energy.
Yes.
I'm down. If you don't have to twist my arm into day drinking.
Right.
If you were like, hey, what if we
clearly
right. This is the happy hour show. But if we're starting at noon, I'm down.
Yes.
Oh wow. Ooh, from remote.
Let's let him do it.
He might be in jail. We might be getting. This might be his one call. This is great. Might be his. I'll let. Yeah, you can bring yourself on when you're ready.
Shout out Mac Attack for noticing this. Yes.
There we go.
I'm in there. I made it in the credits, which is pretty nice.
But yeah, you could talk me into daytime drinking immediately. But if you were like, hey, we're meeting up at 9 o'clock tonight.
Feels like we could start. Yes, that's too late. We should have already started at 6 is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I feel like we could do Top Golf, right? To start it off, day drinking, hitting some, that would be fun. Carry it to some food or drink somewhere elsewhere.
Yeah.
I think that's the vibe. And then done by midnight, maybe 11.
Yeah.
But midnight, at least midnight.
Yeah, I was going to say, unless I'm at poker table, and then I can
Right.
stay up until like 5. It's crazy. I just
That's a
don't get
different
tired.
beast. It's a
It
different
is. It's
animal.
weird. It's weird. All right, there he is. Look at this guy.
Hey guys,
Where
sorry.
are you? Where are you?
Sorry, I'm late. I was moving into my new house that I bought
Wow,
in LA.
fancy.
I picked up some Tannehills. I heard those were going hot, and I got enough to afford this new condo in LA.
You got the Alpha. You bought that. That's all your Tannehill money.
Yeah, it's crazy how quickly you can buy a house. Cash out with Dapper.
Cash
Right?
out.
There's no food here.
Well, yeah, we just moved in. Anyway,
so talk us through. You guys knocked the power out last night,
Yeah.
and now what are we doing?
no, yeah, there's no power in my house. I couldn't miss this live stream, so we gotta. I don't know how to describe it. Aubrey's boss has a extra house that they work out of sometimes, so it's just LA stuff, I guess.
That is very LA stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's a second house in LA though. It's not like
You're right.
a second house elsewhere. It's usually elsewhere.
Palm
But
Springs.
when you have a second house,
it's got like editing days upstairs. You know what?
Okay,
we can make it Team Hold HQ someday.
we'll never
Oh,
do that. We'll
take
never
us-
do that.
Take us to the editing bay.
If Aubrey's company buys Team Hold, then
Yes.
it's not that impressive. It's just like a computer.
Which
on a
actually,
desk.
you know what? That brings another question. Why hasn't Aubrey's company bought Team Hold?
Ooh.
Like, what are we missing?
When
I don't know.
purchased.
Let me send him my OTM account valuation. See if he wants in.
Do we need more?
do.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, I was just gonna say, do we need more younger people? Is that what we're missing?
Maybe.
That
There
is
it
true. Update in the world of candy. I pulled an epic Aaron Judge, and that's probably true.
It kind of gives off that vibe.
I flipped an epic Aaron Judge, and I forgot I listed it, but I feel like it was actually the right move. It was the right move.
Yeah, because it seems like
Borland was
everything's-
horrified. He was horrified that I sold the epic Aaron Judge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there we go. Brian Foster. This goes back to our normalize our day drinking. I'm with you, Brian Foster.
Yeah.
Greg, this is actually good time. Wait, hold on, Dustin. You were going to say something before.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, what's more realistic, like us, having an editing bay to do videos or getting merch? Like when merch?
House
Videos,
first.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
House first, then merch.
Greg, I feel like you should talk about candy since I teased it a little bit this morning, but sounds like everything's going to zero.
Ooh, I didn't know that. Okay.
I haven't been in the streets to know like what's going on. The only sample size I have is the Aaron Judge epic. The floor was 150 when I listed it the day it came out, and now mine sold for like 490 or 500, and which doesn't make sense to me because I know he's hot right now, but I comped it to Bryce Harper epics, where there's 100% supply out, whereas there's only like 40% supply out for Aaron Judge, and the Bryce is going for like 135. So
Weird. But
the reason there's so much FUD right now is that So Rare announced that they are going to have an MLB partnership for fantasy purposes, and it's hard to see the bright side for Candy. I mean, Candy has put out multiple statements saying like, "Don't worry, it's different," but at the end of the day,
Well, let me
it's
ask
just
this
more
question as an
competition.
outsider. What is exactly the competition? Are they going to be moments? I know some of these aren't moments, the core ones aren't, but like what is exactly the competition? Because I'm not seeing why it would matter.
I haven't used So Rare yet, but it's essentially like if the NBA was like, okay, we're gonna go with we're gonna go with So Rare, and you can build lineups, and we're selling the NFTs, the same players, like it's just, to me, it's diluting and now splitting a already small sample size of users and market cap amongst now two platforms.
But are you owning essentially what like that NBA NFT is, where it's like a card of sorts in the So Rare version to create lineups?
Yeah, it's a card, so it's not a play, it's not a visual play or a video play. It's a card, but it's the same crop of players, stars, and eats into, I think, what a lot of people are excited about for these platforms, which is fantasy. And now it's like, well, wait a second, Candy's not the only place you can do MLB, or future place you can do MLB fantasy with NFTs.
That's
and,
fair.
And the MLB's like, damn right. Fuck you, Candy.
It's fair, but I mean, like, we haven't had fantasy this whole time for Top Shot. And I mean, I guess it hasn't done great, so that doesn't help my point. But there's been challenges and things like that, which have been beneficial. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I have a hard time just caring about something that's not like the actual moment, like of actual a grand slam or ninth inning strikeout or something memorable or something like that.
I think it's just limiting upside, right? Because I think like when you think about NFL all day, the common thing we hear from everyone is like, what do you love more than fantasy football? Nothing. Right. You combine it and like that's like the energy, right?
Right.
And then I think Candy even kind of alluded to that when we interviewed them, Greg, that they were like, get ready, baby, something's coming. Like they kind of thought something like that was coming. And that now it looks like that. It just makes me wonder, could the same thing happen with NFL all day? Like, does somebody else get the fantasy rights? Could something like that happen with the NBA? And now you're just kind of, there's more faucets to drink from. Is that an analogy?
Yeah,
but
it's like
there's more
like
places
if we
to go.
Yeah, it's like if you open a coffee shop and then another coffee shop opens across the street, but you're like, well, we have lattes and they don't have lattes. And it's like, sure, but people are still going to buy coffee from that place and not buy from your place who want coffee, right? That was a weird
well, let me ask this question, since it's tied to fantasy. Where's the fantasy baseball these days? Fantasy football, I know, is still massive. Like, there are shows dedicated to it. Like, we know Matthew Berry is famous because of fantasy football. They have shows dedicated to it. CBS, ESPN, all of these. Is that the same for MLB fantasy? This is me not knowing. Is it as widely regarded? Is it even regarded?
I don't think it's as big as football, but daily fantasy, which is what these essentially would be used for, I think is still a pretty big revenue driver for DraftKings and FanDuel, right?
So it's more on that side of things.
It's more just the utility of these moments that we're buying or these cards that we're buying. But no, it's certainly not as huge as football. And I don't think, I mean, I'm still in like a weekly, week-to-week fantasy baseball thing with my friends, but
that's the worst.
Yeah.
I'm in one too.
But it's more just like, it just helps give a reason for these cards to exist digitally in a way that you can't with cardboard and never will be able to with cardboard.
Yeah.
I guess it depends what the MLB is going to pump more, right? Are they going to try and pump them equally because they're both officially licensed partners to be doing this, right? Yeah. How are they positioning each? Is one position as a collectibles, one position as an NFT collectibles, one position as a utility NFT, like, you know what I mean? Where are they separating the two to say, go here for that, go here for this? Do we know a direction to where the MLB is going to sort of land on this?
We have no idea. Whoever makes them more money, I guess.
Wow.
But I don't know. I will say in the history of the internet and just fun things, Raptor News, you'll never believe, on Twitter this morning, I have to assume that this is just straight coincidence.
Okay.
But I screenshotted it. But these two tweets came up back to back.
I don't know. They might be targeting. Any tweet, make this a promoted tweet after. It's very possible. And if it is, it's phenomenal.
Literally back to back in my timeline.
Yeah.
So as much as I don't want to bring that up, I was like, what is happening? What is happening? Anyway.
That's so good. Hold on. So what did Garen just say? Garen said he sent a moment. Let me see. Let's pull that up. We can fire up the giveaway thing.
While you're doing that, I should just say I just got an email because I think they might be watching. Dapper? I think they might be watching our show. But we got an email from NBA Summer League saying tickets on sale in 5 days. Look at that, a 5-day countdown. 5-day countdown CRM, G Done. Look at that.
Wow. Which is 5 days from now is what, a Wednesday? Wednesday. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not a good look for this candy.
Whatever. Tickets go on sale in 5 days.
Losing our future sponsorship. We're gonna have to do this weekend so rare.
Listen,
this weekend's so rare.
Ooh, it's a LeBron James hustle and show. That's what we're giving away. All right. Thank you, Garen.
That's nice.
Thank you, Garen. So you're gonna like the stream, subscribe to Team Hold, and throw hashtag Gary P into the chat. Don't worry, we'll spin this one fast, Greg. So I know Candy has given us so much already, so we want to make sure we keep him happy.
Why don't we talk a bit about the marketplace? I'd love to talk about the actual Top Shot market, like we're a show from a year ago. Where are you guys at on buying anything? Like, I know we've talked a little bit about, like, I'm not buying anything, we're not doing this. Mike and I, we talked a bit about this off camera. We know that this sort of Top Shot score is coming around. We don't know what that's going to mean. We know that they were saying to reward collectors and fandom, because I was talking to Shuckster. He completed the Lakers Series 1. He has a complete set of all the Lakers, and he was like, I just bought it all now. The price is whatever. I can complete it. And I want to do it too. I'm not far off from having, I just need one moment for Series 3 and then 3, I think, for Series 1. But it's not even about the money of the price of the moments. It's more, does it matter if I'm going to make it up $240 to complete whatever it is to have all of those? What am I expecting to get out of it? Am I expecting that they're going to airdrop something to me, or they're going to maybe get me tickets to a game? Like, I could just spend that money to actually buy tickets to a game. Like, I don't know. I'm like, why should I bother spending? I imagine they're going to give us reasons for that when the Top Shot collector score comes. But I'm just like, where are you guys at on this kind of stuff?
I don't know. Greg, you any thought? You want me to go first, Greg? Are you doing something? Are you editing?
Also, shout out new member.
There we go, Garen.
Yeah, Garen.
Welcome.
No, I mean,
welcome.
I'll be honest, I haven't looked at the Top Shot marketplace since those candy drops started. Which I guess it speaks to a larger point where I was collecting to collect because it was fun, and I was learning about Top Shot and the NFTs. But as soon as the superior sport came into the mix,
that's a great comment.
I was out.
But Greg, even similar to what is your, because it's not like just Top Shot is down, and I know we're waiting for Top Shot specific stuff, but what have you been doing in candy? Like, have you had similar hesitancies over in that marketplace too? Because I mean, they're on a similar trajectory right now, which is hashtag down.
Yeah. I've had hesitancies. The difference is that there's so much. The difference to me is that candy right now is like Series 1 of Top Shot. It's Series 1, right?
Right.
And there's so much at the floor. It's as if there were the 95% of Series 1 moments were selling for $1 on Top Shot. That's like the equivalent right now.
Yeah.
So it's still a gamble because there's a lot of players that no one cares about and no one's ever going to care about. And I'm not necessarily buying them, but I am still investing despite the FUD because they're 50 cents each. And so I'm still
feels
just
like a low
gambling.
risk.
It's a gamble, but to me, it's a semi-safe gamble because if the platform succeeds and they've already announced burning and all this, then those will rise, That said, I'm not like stacking like Elvis Andrus,
Yeah, get the Elvis moments. Dude.
Shout out to Elvis Andrus.
I'm in on that. I'm in on that player.
But there's like $3 rares and on the market, $2 rares on the marketplace. And so to me, I'm just like taking that super low risk gamble and betting on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
That was all before the So Rare announcement.
Yeah, right. So
times have changed.
Yeah.
But let me ask you guys both this.
And
I know Greg, you haven't been paying have been in those streets as much, but how many people do you think are there we go, Milo.
I could have just said that.
How many people do you think are bummed out and are just like waiting for more information versus how many people do you think are sitting on Dapper waiting for the moment to buy? Like, what do you think the percentage of those are? Because
I'm in like both. I have Dapper in my wallet that I just am not spending. I don't know what moment to buy. I feel like everything keeps going down, and I'm also kind of waiting on a little information. I don't know. I just feel like I've put in so much already that I'm pretty happy with my collection that I don't need it. I don't know that I need to spend any more unless I kind of know where things are headed or what's in the future to say, oh, cool, like my fandom is going to be rewarded because I'm just going to actively continue to buy Lakers moments because I'm a Lakers fan. Right. And there's some sort of fandom that's going to be rewarded. Or it's like, no, you're collecting your fandom because you're buying moments of your favorite team. And that's what it is. And to me, if it's that, then no, I don't want to spend the $250 to complete the team set to just say I own it just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I think when we were in this situation before, I was of the mindset of like I'm waiting to buy, but I was with the mindset of buying, right? Like I was just
right.
I was paying attention to the market. I was seeing things a lot of things were coming down. And I was like, and then I'm gonna snipe. I'm gonna go. And
right.
I don't have that same thought process right now where I'm just like you said, the bags are packed. The one flip side of that though is we do have that floating loan. That so
right.
part of me is like, do we, what would be like we saw the LeBron gets to 2,900. I think it's at 3,100 right now. Like what is the point? How low does that get before you are like, okay, I'm gonna go buy something? I'm gonna go buy one.
I don't know. It's so hard. I don't know. I don't know where we landed on this, but I was talking to someone in the Discord today, and they went and bought the Luka. They bought the Luka Double Bang 3, and they were saying, not financial advice, but they're like, I was listening to your guys' show, and I thought the same thing about. I think I'd rather have some younger players that, as new users are coming on board, they're going to be excited about those younger players. So they decided to get like a Luka versus going after like a LeBron or something like that. And it's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm wondering, does it make more sense? And it's crazy to say, but instead of having that LeBron, because it's dropped so low, do you grab like 4 LaMelo TSDs, 4 Anthony Edwards TSDs, a Ja TSD, something like that, and invest a little bit more in the future than that? But I know it's not totally answering your question because you're saying how low do you go? We're probably pretty close to the bottom, maybe.
Well, so because that was going to be my next question. So, like, if that is the case, right? If we go over to look at the marketplace, we're sitting at like 5K.
Right.
Let me hold on. Let's sort this out quickly.
T-Dog doing it right, baby. Like the stream and subscribe. Done. Appreciate you.
That's right. We're giving away a LeBron Hustlin' show that came from our man Garen in a little bit. All you got to do is like T-Dog, like the stream, subscribe, and throw hashtag Gary P in there. So if we look high to low,
right.
So that LeBron is well, okay. So somebody undercut that one. So now it's just under 3,100. But like, so if we think we're at towards the lowest, like, do you just grab 2 Jaws, you could get 2 Jaws and a Zion right now for what we're sitting on. Like, that's what I just don't know. Like, when do they buy? And if we do think the TSS is like that coming out is going to move the needle, then I mean the time's now, right?
How would that move the needle? I guess is my question. Like, how would it move the needle for these purchases?
I just think if people are waiting for more information, like we've said, before buying, that would be the more information, right? But the other thing, there's like rumors that's like, oh, well, Series 1 is going to count more this time, so now there's more reason to get those.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about it today. I was like, the LeBron's at 2,900. I'm like, do we just get this? Like, how much? Or you know what I mean? Like, at what point do you buy?
The only thing I would say with the LeBron, and I think you talked about this too, is that that's a long-term hold, in my opinion. I don't think that immediately rises to be flippable. Whereas maybe the Ja, especially the Zion, you can probably double and then some your profits rather quickly. And we could just dump off of it and say, get the majority of our money back that we invested. That like it's pretty severely been undercut, that Zion.
Yeah. And I mean, like, there's another point too. Can't sustain the needle. Nobody's adding new money. I mean, right. And like, I think everybody is way more aware now than we were, say, a year ago, that no one knew is coming to the platform.
Right.
And until that happens, like, there's probably no reason to.
We're just selling to ourselves, and the majority of those people that probably have those, maybe we'll buy back in a month at $350 or $400 cheaper or something like that, right? That's my worry too. I don't say my only worry. There's a lot, but I don't know. It's just hard because I think a lot of these, what we've always said, and that's why we're team hold, is we're hold on this long term, right? We want to see what this looks like 10 years from now, but there's no immediate ROI, and we're not seeing that influx of users. And it's going to take a lot longer than I think we all anticipated to really get those people on board. We were talking about this too in the Discord too privately, but we saw a YouTube video come out from like a random YouTuber. I don't know if you got a chance to see this, G-Dun. He's got like 700 subs, nothing crazy. His channel, I think, was called Josh the Sauce, which is a great name. But he is like, I don't know, early 20s. It's his first NFT he ever bought. He's checking out Top Shot. He's like, oh, this is pretty cool. He says you get all the information here. His video is cut very YouTube-y. It's very nice. That's what we need. We need all of those users to come in. And it was refreshing to see that. It was like brand new. We need all of those people, but I don't know if they're targeting any of those people yet.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think
or when they're gonna say, let's start allocating funds and going hard at these people. Is it next season as we start it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what their media team's doing.
Yeah,
I just think you need. I mean, if we're taking a step back and talking about like when will this get better mass adoption, I think we have to head up another hill again out of this valley in the same way that, and LG did this on his podcast, but just like out of comparing it to crypto, which is not a perfect comparison, but at least like people hated crypto in the way they hate NFTs now, 3 years ago, 6 years ago. But I'll go back to what I've said from the beginning. We need a better, sexier way to show off our collection. Like, not infinite objects. It's got to be something like on your phone, something shareable, something that hits social, something that you can send a link or an airdrop or a QR code or whatever the fuck it is to show off your shit to your friends.
You mean a fidgetal from Fiat Lux, Gina? Is that what you're talking about? Fidgetals?
Yeah, let's get some fidgetals. No, but the same goes for candy. Like, we're buying all this stuff and I want to look at what I have, but in Top Shot too, like there's filters and stuff that's so exhausting. That's so exhausting to go in and be like, okay, I want to see what I have from Series 1. I want to see what TSDs I have. Like, there's got to be a way to showcase it in a sexy way that will, and especially Top Shot, because you have historic or dope plays. Like, that I think is what will help the YouTubers who are making the content show that it's actually cool and help people understand what they're actually buying, as opposed to just, it's an NFT and it sucks for the environment and it's fake and it's not tangible. Like, that to me is like the big hurdle that no one's figured out yet.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah. I'm going to just mic drop and bounce because I have a meeting. So,
all right, get out of here, Greg. Thanks for being here. We're going to wrap soon anyways. I also did not know the Fiat Lux floor was where it was. I did not know.
What do we got? What are we talking?
0.017.
0.017. What does that equate to dollars in this current market?
Let's see. You can buy the low ask right now. You can get for hold on, let me see this quickly. You could get that for 70 trade tickets.
Okay, wow.
$35.
This is a good comment, Top Shot Tessa. Why you don't like my digital picture frame from mid 2000s? Yeah, that's what I keep thinking of when I see those sort of infinite objects. I had a digital picture frame to show photos of my family, and it feels like that's what I'm still doing with it. Like, that's not the move, right? That's not the move.
I will say I agree with Martin Kings though. That was cool. The Agent 00. I don't know if you saw that tweet, that announcement today. He's another I think he was
Gilbert Arenas.
I wish it was Gilbert
Arenas. Isn't he Agent 0?
He's Agent. Yeah, this is 00, man.
Oh, all right. What was the announcement? Fill me in. Sorry.
No, I just was like, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can pull it up. I mean, it was just like someone, I don't even want to call him mainstream, just someone with 700,000 subs, I think. That was
talked about Top Shot.
Yeah, but it was like a sponsored post thing. It was like a cameo.
He's welcome on the show. He's welcome on the show. We can fill him in.
Yeah, it was this thing right here. The collab you didn't know you needed. Call me Agent 00. Somehow tricked 1 million people to subscribe to me. He's got 500,000 followers. But as you can see, right, this tweet came. Let's see if he tweeted it out.
I'm sure he did, or retweeted it.
Yeah, he just retweeted it. So, and it's got 188 likes.
Money well spent from the digital marketing team.
Right. We love to see it. Let's give away this
Yeah.
LeBron. So last call. If you haven't liked the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Gary P. When Stan said this, all I could think of was the Snoop, the Snoop
Right.
give. Who?
Who?
Oh man. What was I gonna? There was something else I was gonna bring up too.
We getting another Fiat Lux? Is what you're saying?
Oh no, no, we're not. We're not.
Man, I had a great conversation. I have my fidgetal over here too. I had a great conversation with those guys. Man, they are so big brain.
They really are.
But they are just not marketing at all. And he brought that up again as we were talking about stuff. He's like, man, we're just not.
They just came out at the wrong time too. That did.
Yeah, I'm like, then to hire someone, pay someone to market it because you guys are doing crazy shit on the back end.
Yeah,
it's wild. It's wild.
I will say too, while we were doing this reminded me. Just a reminder about Summer League because I think I'm gonna book our rooms now. We're just gonna get that done. We're gonna stay at the MGM. And I think what did we say? We're 9th, 10th, and 11th is when you're gonna be out there, right?
8th. I think the 8th is Friday, and
8th. Yes, I'm sorry. 8th, 9th, and 10th.
July 8th, when Thor: Love and Thunder hits theaters everywhere.
Yeah, forget basketball. That's what we're gonna be doing, dude.
Experience the Marvel Studios cinematic event.
Is Zach Cherry in that one?
No spoilers, man. No spoilers.
I would love to know. I'd love that to be a spoiler. Like that would even be considered a spoiler. Is pretty great. All right, let's rip this thing. Shout out to our man Garen who is giving that away. We love to see that. So let's I appreciate you sending that over. And let's fire this bad boy. Reminder, if you win this, shoot me a DM in the Discord or on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also gonna share who's this going to? Hickey! Bang. Mr. Hoodlum himself. He had a great comment last night during the Shot Tank show.
Lay it on me.
He was just kind of like, oh, look, more bearded white guys on the stream or something like that. And it was just funny because his hoodlum's also a bearded white guy, which made me laugh.
That's great. Well, Hickey asked about your party too.
Yeah, he did. We're Hickey fans here.
Yeah.
So Hickey, make sure you shoot me a DM so I can get that over to you. And shout out Garen again. I'm also going to share a link into the chat right now to a Tony tweet. So Tony's going to be in 47 minutes. Our man Tony's going to be cooking. So go again. Wait, Bagged Wine says spin it again. What happened, Bagged Wine? Is something else? Did something
Borland
else
says love me some Mickeys.
There you go, Borland. Get some. I haven't gotten a Hickey in like 30 years. I think it was by
it's bad. It was bad. No one needs that.
Okay, no, we don't need. Wait, let me just double check. Also, the Night Lives Lounge is doing a cool giveaway where you like send them either a cool cat or any rare moment, I think, to their Top Shot account for a chance to win an entire set of cool cats.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think that's basically cool. To like try to burn some moments. It's like community burning since no one else is doing anything.
That's nice. I like that. That's pretty sweet.
Oh, Bagged Wine was just messing with me. My bad. All right, should we get out of here? I think I gotta go drink some tea with some honey before we.
Yeah. Oh, look at this, Ransomary. I'll send you a Mellow Fresh Reds moment if I can meet Tom Hiddleston. I could probably do that at some point. Or if you're in LA, yeah, I could probably figure something out.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Go Celtics. Ballers, please reach out to Tony's people.
Please. Oh, wait, and you said the thing. We got a thing in like 4 minutes overdue, right? Isn't it happening? Isn't there spaces going on right now?
No, 5. It's
5, okay.
I dropped a link in the chat.
Okay, great.
No, that's what I was saying. I gotta go rest the voice.
Yeah.
Gotta go rest the voice. All right, everybody. Have a good weekend. We out of here. Thanks, Dustin. Yep.
Well, the top shot streets are a dangerous place, so you better tune in to a credible face like this one. Yeah, this one.
Ballers, reach out.